Alright, so FNF just got a pretty big update. Actually, I wouldn't say big, but one big thing did happen in it, and it was changing all of the character assets, all their sprites, into Texture Atlas. Now, what that is instead of having your character's sprites be on one huge, massive sprite sheet, instead, it takes apart all the symbols from that character and then puts them back together in-game. So, what I'm going to be showing you is how to do that with your characters in vslice. Because you can't just do it the normal way that Adobe Animate does it in vslice, because it just doesn't work. I've tried myself before, and it never worked out. So, the first thing we're going to do, obviously, is make our animations. So we have this guy here, and I already have all the other animations done. His name's vslice man. And before you do anything, you want to set them up kind of in this order here. So you have all the poses on one frame at the same time, like this. Okay. Then you want to save it, and you actually want to X out of animate. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go into whatever web browser you use, and you're going to want to download this Better Texture Atlas extension for Adobe Animate. There might be a newer release, and you probably may want to use that, but for now, I'm just using 1.2.0, and you want to download this file right here. Then you want to use a extension manager. I'm going to be using Anastasi's, I think. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm going to call it Anastasi's extension manager because this works pretty well for my Adobe apps. So what you're going to do is once you have that opened, we're going to go to Animate. We're going to install that extension. So we're going to go to here in our Downloads folder. And I'm just going to click this file. This file is what you should already have downloaded. So click that and hit Open. And it'll install. And there you go. Now you officially have that installed onto your Adobe Animate extension. Or you have it as an extension. I don't know what I said before. So we're going to open Adobe Animate again. And we're going to go back into that file. And now what we're going to do is, before you do anything, click on Commands and make sure you have Better Texture Atlas enabled. So now that we have that enabled, what we're going to do is we're going to select all these sprites on our stage. And then we're going to go to Commands again, click on Better Texture Atlas, and it'll be open for us. Now make sure, usually when you use this for the first time, this will be checked. Make sure that this optimize animation JSON file is unchecked. Make sure that's unchecked. But you can keep everything else the same. So we're going to save this in our vslice mod folder. And I'm just going to call this vslice man. Okay. So now that we've done that, hit export. And it should say that it is all done. So I'm going to open up Funkin and a couple other things, and I will show you the result. Okay, sorry. A lot of something happened, and I had to redo the recording, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to open up Funkin. Now, before we do anything in Funkin, make sure that in your character data file that you have the render type set as Animate Atlas. This basically is telling the game that you're using Texture Atlas for the sprites of this character and not a sprite sheet. So, yeah. All right. Now we can go to our animation editor. Gotta give it a second, though. Because, you know, this update's kind of slow. Okay, we're here. So, we're going to go to our character. Mine is vslice man. Here he is. Here's the texture atlas. And we're going to switch to animations. Try them out. And there you go. There is how you make a FNF character using texture atlas. I'm not going to show you how to make an actual character in vslice. It was just to show you how to export the sprites as texture atlas. So yeah. There you go. Merry Christmas.